G'day viewers, welcome back to the channel. A couple of months ago, a viewer asked me, does the central locking on the Echo still work? First reaction was, funny you should ask. If you have a look, let's hit lock. You notice the other side locked. This side did nothing. Unlock. That side unlocked. This side did nothing. However, so this solenoid still works as a master, but not as a solenoid. Also, back here at the hatch, unlock, lock, unlock. You see what's happening there? It's not engaging properly. And, well, that's because this is just flopping around. It's not secure in any way, shape or form. So the first thing we need to do is replace the master in this door, because if you've seen the thumbnail from the original series, I'm still doing that because this solenoid doesn't work. Once we do that, I pretty much have to remake this plate and find a more secure mounting mechanism, and I also want to replace this linkage bar, but we'll worry about that later. First, let's fix that door. Now this has been like this for about a year, so you notice the crank handle's off because I've had it off before and just put the trim back on, but I didn't put everything back together. So not only have I been having to unlock and lock the door manually, I've been having to hide the winder in the pocket. I'm sick of that too. Right. Pop that off. Go over there for now. Get that off. Right. And it's just simply a matter of undo the screws, undo the connections, change it over. Having said that, I could have bought a master solenoid on its own and it would have cost me about $35 or $30, somewhere around there. I thought, well, I paid 35 bucks for the whole kit, so I went and bought another kit because spares are good. I thought, I'm going to need the linkage bars anyway, so why not? Right, which one's the master? There's our master. Okay. Well, that's out. Need to put that window up. Space up. Alright, that's connected, but does it work? Unlock. Unlock. Hey! Lock. Unlock. Lock. Yay! Put our linkage back in. And fold it back in. Unlock, lock. What the hell? What? Working a second ago. It's the wiring. Well, I don't know what happened, but between connecting it and then mounting it, it now doesn't work. And I actually just checked the old solenoid on my battery booster and it works. That's telling me it's the wiring. This just turned into a much bigger job because now that means I've got to pull the dash out. Oh joy. Or maybe not. If memory serves, the module is just up here. There we go. Bit of struggling, but I got it. Whew. Okay. Take this out. Right. Now. Need to cut them off. Before we take this wiring out of the door, I need to know how much longer it needs to be. So, I'll grab this. Traffic is really annoying, but not much I can do about that. Okay, so that goes there. Comfortable's about there. The existing is about there. We need to extend it by that much because that is the main issue. It's something with the wiring and I need to extend it because, as you probably saw, it was pretty taut, and the more I pulled it, the more problem I had. So let's pull that out of there. All moisture seals are really sticking. That's a good thing. But before I pull the wiring out, I'm going to run a trace. It's just a bit of fencing wire because I don't have a length of electrical wire. That's alright, this will do. I'll put a hook on the end of it so that it doesn't just pull out. That through there. Wrap it around there. Lovely. Now, I should be able to pull the wiring through, but it's putting up a fight. Yep, there we go. Just realising you guys can't see. fighting with this. This is where electrical wire would have been a better option, but as I said, I don't have any, so this has to do. Alright. Yeah, there it is. Now, those two are the solenoid control wires. Now, just while I've got it like that, I'm actually going to plug it back in and see if, just like that, you know what, I'm going to need okay, here is where all the control wires, the solenoid control wires, converge. So what I'm going to do, so I'm going to stick that into there. This is going to have to come off anyway, so let's do that. That doesn't look real solid, but I'll put that in there and that on there. That's not really, yeah, that's alright. Same on that one. I might just, as I said, I'm going to have to break these anyway, so I might just redo these connectors because they don't seem really solid. They've got a little brass ferrule on them, and I'm not a fan of that. So let's try the blue wire. There. So I'm getting nothing on the meter there. Nothing at all. Green's okay, but there's an issue with the blue wire somewhere. So we're going to be replacing that and the green one at this point here, and we'll just extend the other three using the new loom. So first thing, cut that off. I'm going to leave them for now to keep them together. Now we need to get the soldering iron out. Slid a bit of heat shrink up onto those wires, keep them all together. Now, nip that off. Nip that off. Strip these back. Yeah, about that far. Those are all stripped. Get them all even and twist them together. Now, get the blue wire from the new loom at about, what was it, about that much? That'll do. Trace that out. Take that off because it's going to be a pain. It's going to have to come off anyway. Okay. I slightly messed up. Alright. Don't put all them together yet. Let's pull that one out. That one. That's our current cable in the door loom. Let's try that again. About that much. And cut that off about there. before I strip the end of that, feed it in through there. It's much easier to thread that than, well, that. Strip that back. Now we can twist these three together. Then we get the one from the other side, which is that one there. Strip that and twist that around there. Out. I'm going to make that a bit longer because I can. Alright, now start that there and wrap it around. Make it all kind of tidy. And throw some solder at it. Oh, that's still hot. Alright, that's done. One down, one to go. Green wire. Last step, slide them down. Right, and for now I'm going to plug it back in with the wiring out here and I'm going to test everything. The first thing, I'm going to take that off there. Unfortunately, oh, get off me. I'll take this off here. Someone stole the end. There it is. Now we can take that. Ah, there's another one. Okay. And that one out of there. Oh, and a zip tie. That off there. That off there. And those two. Get off that. Those two go into there. Right. I'm just going to even up the ends for now and I can adjust later. But before we go any further, solenoid. Right, is that going to work? No, because it's not plugged in. Give me a minute, I'll plug this in. We're all plugged in. unlock, lock, unlock. Right, now that still triggers the other ones. Perfect. Now I've got to get it in. Tuck the end so I don't lose it. Right. Right. Yep, we're doing it the easy way. Try again. Wow, that was easy. Right, now I need to extend these 3 wires again using the new loom, but it's more of the same, so I'm not going to bore you with that. I'll bring you back when, well, everything's back together. You've seen me mount it as the solenoid, so I'll bring you back when there's something to see. So the doors, well, the door card's back on. I've got to finish it, but unlock, lock, unlock, lock. Yay! Now, just to be clear, that had nothing to do with the kit itself. That's what I did. It was because I was overextending the wires, and obviously that's created some sort of bad connection. I'm assuming anyway. I mean, hey, it could have been the wiring. Having said that, I wish I'd been filming when I did the other 3 pigtails, because that wiring was really bad. It was corroded and it just kept breaking off. I ended up having to extend the pigtails by about 100mm, 4 inches, just to get back to good wire. Anyway, that job's fixed. On to the next one. Alright, well, that was 4 years ago, and I still haven't fixed this. So we're going to do that right now. And the way I'm going to do that is with these. A couple of little 4mm bolts, and you probably notice there's 2 nuts on each. That's called a jam nut. Well, the second one is called a jam nut. Okay, first thing I need to do is drill these out, and then we'll pop these in. Seven mil spanner. One down. That's better. Beautiful. lock, unlock. It goes down over it. That's perfect. Yep, it took me 4 years to 10 minutes worth of work. Yeah, mate. Anyway, that's done. So, everybody, thanks for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time.